Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Talk Experience Show. And on our podcast today, we have Mrs. Okorafo. Thank you so much for making our time to come on our podcast today. And I hope that your life experience, I've heard a bit of it, and I believe strongly that your life experience has a whole lot to learn from. So the floor is all yours now.
I am Mrs. Okorafo Chinyere.
Okay.
I find myself privileged to be here. So it's an honor.
Thank
I will start by saying I never had a very, easy childhood. I found myself not having my mom around me when I was growing up. She had died already before I could, understand what it means. It was only my father. And incidentally, my father was not around when my mom died. It was trusted on me to take care of the home. Along the line, my father had to go back and bring my stepsister and my stepbrother. She had 2 children before leaving.
Like, this was happening when you were at what age? When you started bearing the burden of the family?
When I started bearing, I was 9.
9 years?
I was 9 years. After finishing my nursing, due to the difficulties, I could not go in for my midwifery. So I decided to work for some months. When I was doing the work in one of the private hospitals owned by one of the senior staff in the teaching hospital, Nandi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital. One day in my workplace, the man called my attention, said I should come to his office. When I came, he gave me my salary and told me he has sacked me. I said, why? He said I was on probation, that he doesn't have to explain to me. I said, please, I need an explanation. If I had made some mistake, I don't need to repeat it. I want to correct myself so that I'll continue working. I won't make the same mistake. Please. And I'll go home. My father is a disciplinarian. He will want to know what happened. Why am I not going to work again? So the man just gave me a dirty slap. And the doctor there, a resident doctor that comes to get more experience, a female, late now, was there. She was surprised, She tried holding the doctor to no avail. And the man pushed me. I had to go, take my things and leave. When I got home, my father was, I told him, the man didn't explain. He said, slapped you for what? So my father went to the hospital where his primary place of work and reported him. And a panel was set up. When the panel was set up and we were given appointments, at a time, the man was asked, why did you slap her? He said, there was no reason. He said, there must be a reason. Are you dodging saying it? Sorry, there's no. He was angry. What made you angry? He couldn't say anything. When they tried repeatedly, my father kept saying that he will make things difficult for him. He's not supposed to have a private practice while he's working for the government and so many other things. He makes sure he closes his private practice. And I started begging my father, I don't want problem. The head of the hospital, CMD, was actually involved in that wahala. So when the man insisted that he had no reason, I said, if he says he has no reason, I don't hold it against him. I don't want any problem. And the CMD was surprised at my quiet and he called me out and said, what are you doing? I said, I finished my nursing, but there's no money for me to go straight for my midwifery. But I really want to do my midwifery, but that will be next year. The man said, go and do your midwifery. When you come, inform me. And I said, thanks, sir. And then my father was so annoyed. You always, I don't know, you are on the quiet side. You don't always like problem. Why won't I can lay any allegation on this man? I said, I don't want problem. Allow him. If he says he doesn't know why he slapped me, I thought he would be bold and tell them, maybe I did this or did that. Then I will take my corrections and go. After, I'm not going back there. But that he doesn't know, that he was angry. I doesn't know why his anger was triggered by me. There's no, I don't know. God knows what happened, what transpired. Papa, let us go. Then that's 2016. I was almost through with my master's. It just remaining the project, the thesis I will just finish. But my supervisor was my challenge, getting access to her. That day I called her, can I come to Enugu so that we finish the nitty-gritty? No reply, nothing. I said, since I'm not going to travel, let me at least take care of my case. Buy from the nearby markets, the for markets, the greenies and what have you, the fruits, and make them feel at home. So I told my son, my first son, there's a market, I will take you to. You accompany me there. Let's go. Let's buy. I'll buy things that are cheaper there so that we'll prepare soup and water. So he followed me. I was right. You know why in there now? We are good with machine. I took the bike. I said, I can't find space and park the vehicle now. It will be cumbersome. This roadside market, some sort of. So he was behind me. We have finished. I went even to the bank. Went to so many places. Then just to cross and come into my house, a fatal accident happened, and I was a victim with my son. So there was a very big dish that leads to one stream. So that was the junction before you start going to my street. I just crossed to go into my street, and then a bike, just as if I would say flew, carried us into that dish. As I was trying to enter with my bike, with my son, everything entered in, and then my leg hit on the culvert while I was about to go into that dish, into the big gutter, and broke into two.
Your
The
leg?
thing just broke into two. Yes, my leg broke into two. Shattered. And blood loss everywhere. And then it was a junction, 4 roads. And people were having their businesses everywhere. It was in the afternoon. It was threatening to rain. When they now tried to bring me out from that gutter, they found my limb was off. They now called many other people to help. Then they brought me here. The thing was just boom, like that. And then when they brought out my son, he went into shock, seeing me. See lump of blood everywhere, and the one that's flowing in the gutter. I was going into shock. And anybody they called to help was running away. Because nobody wants any case. So it was somebody that came from a different part of the town that just came to repair his generator, that saw that this woman will die there. That said, please, brother, he called another person, please, let's take this woman to hospital. They now carried me to his bike, and the other one was holding me. And they used the shirt that my son was wearing on that day. They pulled it and used it and then wrapped the leg. And the leg was, just the skin was holding it. They rushed me to the teaching hospital. As I was entering the gate of the teaching hospital, a doctor that was leaving for work that afternoon saw my face and turned back and followed me to the casualty. I was semi-conscious, in and out. They now took me. The leg was beyond shattered. Even this hand, even to chew, wahala. They said there's nothing they could do for me. I have to go to Oba. That's where they have their trauma center. God being faithful. In my course of doing work, I'm always relating well, especially those that are immediately I gave a call, they will just run to my rescue. One of them, just because I gave a call, came, carried me. Before 5:36 in the morning, they have taken me to Oba. They took me there.
Wait, okay, you slept over at Nnewi.
I was in the casualty, crying from night to morning.
And nobody attended to you?
They were attending to me.
Okay.
The pains was horrible. So I now went to Oba. And at Oba, I was taken to the theater. Some of my colleagues could not come close because the sight was gruesome. So they tried to put the leg in normal anatomical position because the leg was jagged. They thought they would cut it, but they said, let's put it and see if it decay off, and then they now put it. They use S-fix, what we call S-fix. I will show you later on. S-fix, external fixator. They used it to set the leg. Massive dressing was continued. The leg was decaying. I was being transfused. I had to take so many pints of blood. But God has been faithful. I just made a call to the person in charge of the students at Ihala, where I teach. I go as a guest lecturer. The students started filing and donating blood for me. And I was being transfused. My dear, it was not funny. I stayed there for months. I was coming on checkup. No improvement. At a time, I became a cold case. It was only the consultant that could handle my case. When I come, I have to wait until he comes. So when they couldn't do anything for me again, I have to seek for expert management in a better institution with specialty in that affair. And I have to go to Enugu. The day I was saying I'm going to Enugu, my friend was telling me, who will you see at Enugu? Who knows you? How can you access the facility? I said, but I'm going with God now. I don't know, but I have to go. I went with faith. I was taken to Enugu. Very early in the morning, I've left. So that immediately the work starts by 8. I'm already there before 8. When we got there, the first nurse I saw was a nurse that worked with us, but married a clergyman who is now working at the diocese in Enugu, and she got a transfer to that hospital. And immediately I called her. She was surprised. It was my husband standing that she saw, and she said she's coming. When she came, my husband told her, I'm there. And she was, what is happening? I said, this is where I am now. And God started his work immediately. She asked me, do you have your national? I said, I don't have one. I didn't come knowing that I just changed my bag, sir. I don't know. So I cannot even afford orthopedic fees. They are exorbitant. You have to. So that at least some things will be cheaper for you. I said, I don't. But do you have the number? I said, I have the number. It's in my phone. It's stored in my phone. And she now called the people working in that office, the health insurance scheme. They came, confirmed, because I could not come out from that vehicle, confirm that it's a critical case. Then they started the process. My husband gave them airtime and they called Abuja, the facility offering a few hours waited. They now reconcile that this is my number, these are my people that are in charge of my national. And then the process started. They got a folder for me. When the folder was given, I now came out. I went to the clinic to see the doctor. There was a time I was on wheelchair. Then I saw a classmate of mine in the school of nursing. She was working there. I called her name. She was surprised. Said me, what are you doing? And she asked me, what's the name you are answering? Because she knew my immediate name. I gave her my name. She went looking for the folder they have given me that day. Immediately she got the folder. She now went to the doctor. This is my classmate. Please see her. I went in. The consultant was very nice. He told me he's from here. The man saw me, gave me his number, told me he can operate on me in 2 days. I was like, I said, are you the person that will operate? He said, he will not be around on that day, but he's in there. I said, no. I don't know anybody. I just came not knowing anybody. If you are not there, I will not go into the theater. Since you are now my friend, tell me when you say you will be around next week. I said, okay, let me go and prepare now. He said, you're better. It's good you prepare now with this week. Then next week you come for the surgery. That was how I went to Enugu. Before a evening, I'm at my house at a name. Somebody that went without knowing anything, but I knew God. Everything went expressly. And by next week, I was in the hospital, hopeful to do my surgery. But other things happened. My going there, before I knew it, it was months that I spent at the hospital. The whole problem started all over again. There was sinus, there was osteoporosis, there was osteomyelitis. The bone were infected, decaying. Immediately, they gave palm on the leg. Everything started. It was decaying. Anything foreign that enters my leg, the leg will be decaying. I was doing surgery back to back. There was a day I came out from the theater. Immediately I was recovering from that anesthesia. I was perceiving odor. I was asking them, what happened? I'm perceiving odor in this. My sister taking care of me said, maybe a rat. It's a general word. Maybe a rat that died and they clean out. I said, no, this is offensive now. It's even within me. She said, no, how can? I said, it's my leg. I said, no. I called the nurse. Said that the units have not even opened the surgery there. I said, but it's my leg. I called the unit. They said, no, it has to be on Monday. They did the surgery on Saturday, on Friday. It's on Saturday morning that I'm complaining. Then I had to call the consultant, who I has his number. I said, he's coming, he's within. When he now came, he said, Mrs. Okorafo, you are worried. I'm not being anxious. I said, I'm not anxious. I'm gifted. I can perceive anything. I perceive it. Just try so that we'll be on the same page. But I'm not. It's not about anxiety. He called the nurse, got a surgical blade. Immediately, he just pressed it on my leg. Pause everywhere. I said, oh, madam, you are right. And they now have to see how they will take me without waiting for the operation day. So he now called the people that are on call, people he could lay hands on, to prepare the theater and take me. Otherwise, my leg will be cut off. That was how he had to bring his own fees from his own private hospital and then took me to the theater. Told me to thank these people. It's just that he begged them. And that was how God continued to work for me. By Monday, when the unit came there, we have seen an fees that doesn't exist in the hospital. Did you come with your own person? I said, no. How? It was the chief. How come? I said, I don't know. Who took you this chief? I made jazz. I did do jazz. Now God, he do. He breaks protocols. And God has been faithful. The leg was decaying. They were taking flesh from here, putting on there. It was open. And over time, the thing started healing. But I counted up to 10 times I had to go into the theater.
Like you said, they were taking flesh from. I don't understand.
Okay, they were grafting. Skin grafting, that's what you call it.
Like,
These my laughs, they will take some flesh there to cover the open.
it's possible to do that.
Yes. There's nothing impossible. That's best thing for you. Because the thing was open.
So what will now happen to the flesh one? They will take it, cover it back.
No, the thing is there.
Really?
2 years after, it's already healing.
I can't even look at this. No, I can't
So
see
there
this
were
one.
so many times I had so many SPCs, so many different types inside my leg. There was a day I was booked to have amputation, and I thank God that my sisters from the EFAC fellowship, they came to the hospital. They cried. We held hands and called on God. And I thank God what God did. It was on a Sunday. After fellowship, they came there. I was to enter the theater on Monday morning. By Monday morning, when they now came, they had brought the blood for transfusion for the surgery. And the doctor said, we want to see the leg before taking her to the theater. I said, Mba, pains, I dey bite. When I have pain, I shout. When I hold somebody, you feel that the person will even be gasping for breath. Pain. I'll be begging them, make sure you don't give me overdose. I've had my analgesic, but just that it doesn't relieve the pain. It doesn't. I was so, I told them, when you get into the theater, you open the tent now. They say they must see it. And when they now opened it, they snapped. They started sharing the picture. And they now came to me and said, Madam, they are seeing a different thing. It's not what they saw when they now booked me for the surgery. They think they will allow this leg. They will give this leg a chance. See me that day. I was like, so this God always know that I am here. A miraculous, I don't know. That was how I didn't go into that theater. They took back the blood. That was the first instance. Then the other time they would have amputated. All those iron in my leg were already causing pauses. You see? This is an S face.
Jesus. Wait.
This is an S face.
Is this your leg?
It's my leg now. Healed leg already. It was open like this.
Wait, let me.
This leg you're seeing. The bones started falling now. I started losing the bones. They were falling off. The leg started shortening. It shortened that I lost more than 15 cm of that leg.
Jesus.
I lost up to 15 cm. And the leg was, I don't know. After the so many operations, they didn't find where they will start, applying their blade again. And many units refused to continue treating me. They told me they have done the much. There's nothing they can do. They wrote consult to another unit. And I said, I didn't come to see you people. There was only one person. They have been explaining this thing to me. My bones are cracking like foams that are decayed. There's nothing they can do for me. And most of my veins had collapsed that time because I was always on intravenous. But I told them, I could only believe one report, and that of my master. It's true, it's bad. When they open this leg, people shift. They shift when they are on ward round. The offensive order. The sight was something else. And there was a time I was on a machine that removed the pulse for months. Jesus. Every 2 hours, on and off, on and off. I stayed in orthopedic hospital at Enugu for years. People were coming, going, people going. And I thank God. What held me is the word of God. I preach on my bed. I kept saying I'm fine when I'm not fine. When I'm in pain. When I have not, the doctor doesn't even know what he will do for me. Some surgeries they did, it was try and error. Some I will carry the SVs. At the end, they have not achieved much. They found out they didn't even help me. Just pain they inflicted on me. In the course of going into the theater, I had some injuries inflicted on me. My nerve, there was a time my nerve was severed. And I started having some spasms. They were like, we don't know. They will just tell me, they don't know what happened. It's not their intention. But I know the devil was just trying to see what I would say. But I kept mute. I said, it was only testimony that will come out of my mouth. So this continued. And it was as if I'm going nowhere. The leg continued to shorten, to shorten, to shorten. They said the only remedy is to put a nail from my foot and stabilize it. Because my foot was awful over the years. I've never touched this leg. It was never open. We will mask anywhere, anytime they will do the dressing, we will mask, we will glove. My children, everybody will be on mask, everyone will glove. Still, infection continued. There was a time every day I take antibiotic 21,000 every day.
Jesus.
Every day. That antibiotic, I must take it. Otherwise, the leg will be cut off. And the thing continued. But I kept looking. I will be discussing with you. The leg will be smelling. You will immediately you leave. Everybody will go. It will be, oh my God. But I never relented. I believed. Because that day I had that accident. Immediately they brought me out and I was just there. I wanted to mourn, to shout, to feel the burden that I've lost my limb. The reality, to accept that reality and cry over it. And I heard a voice. It was like the person said, don't be troubled. This will end in testimony. I looked around, I didn't see anyone. But I felt a calmness. I felt peace. I don't know what happened. And I reassured myself immediately. The person that helped me stood in the casualty that when I was taken into the theater. And they were asking him, are you the person that hit this woman? He said no. He's just a good Samaritan. But he's standing to see if she's alive. And the man later came to the hospital with the wife to see me and told me there was a word that you said. And that word, I'm taking it to encourage myself. I said, what? He said it is for him. That day he knew I would survive because of the words that kept coming out from my mouth. I reassured myself. I felt peace even in that tribulation. Sometimes I will feel, get better. I will be dressing it once a day. At a time, it will degenerate, and I will start dressing it 3 times. I was giving myself injection. I was breathing by wood. And the doctors, knowing my competence, find out I go ahead of them. So I find that even in my profession, all the things I've acquired, all the good things I've learned, all the things I've been doing as if I'm helping someone, it actually landed on me. I was doing it for myself. If I had not had competence, doing the right thing, knowing what my profession entails, it would have actually affected me. You understand? Or maybe that's it. So actually anything you're doing, God has called you to serve there. You don't know when that thing will be needed. I recommend drugs for myself. Dressing. I know what to constrict and dress my wound. I have to inject myself. The people keep marveling how I could help myself. You understand? To make sure I did the much I could. What is that? I did it. I didn't wait for anybody to ensure that promise from God came to pass. I took my drugs. I went. In fact, I talked to my leg. When this leg was destined to leave my life, I said, this is my leg. You have come to, you must stay with the owner. You are not leaving this body. Nobody is removing you. Whether you decay, so the doctors were telling me, I don't even understand. The nurses, when they come on, they told me when they come on, they will be 2, 3. They will say, this woman is that, because the leg was green already. This woman is that, But of course, I was bold, preaching every day, every morning. People were leaving. People that I'm preaching to, they will get well, go. They have not even known what to do for me. Then I became a problem in that hospital. When they see back, the CMD, they know this is a nurse. They became troubled. They called themselves meetings. What are we going to do? My honor shattered. My the tibia fibula was shattered. They didn't know how to set the thing. They became worried. They were having it. Even one professor was calling them. This woman has suffered. And they now started brainstorming, checking the options with me. There was a time they booked me for an operation. I said, no, I won't go. Because after praying, I said, I didn't hear from God. How can I just become a sorry state? I want a near normal, even I'm going to go back to previous state, but at least I don't want pity. They will give you shoe raise that losing 15, more than 15. How will the shoe raise be like? How will I be walking? No. So I told the man, I won't. And when I said I won't, he was like, when I had already broken all the protocol, because I became a special patient, when I come, they will say, take her in. They do everything for me. It was wonderful being a patient. It was wonderful for me because God made the lines fall in pleasant places for me. I was not agitated because I know God's time is right. I was calm. I was a good patient. When they see me, say, madam, so there was, and I was always calm. The nurses will tell me, don't behave like a nurse. Nurses are not good patients. I said, what else will I do? I'm waiting on God. I don't have to be, anxious or agitated about it. So God gave me grace. He kept giving me the word. Even I was brought in one day from the theater. I was saying, are we not going to pray in this word? In pain. So I will pray. And I took up, I prayed. I was under anesthesia. But God gave me the grace. Continue to say it when it has not come to pass. And God was faithful. My last child was a year when this happened. God took care of them. God was in my home. All COVID-19 and what have you, I was at orthopedic. God was giving me caregivers. My husband will stay for some time. People even from my maternal side will come and change. Just to make sure. It's not easy. Going through the border there. Doctor will give them get a pass from Anambra to Enugu State. They will have to have an official that will help them. Official letter. And God never allowed me to lack. God was provided and taking care of my home. I was in pains and God secured my job for me. My doctor came and said, there's need for him to write and inform the management of my hospital of my condition. I said, in that my condition, I never even remember. It was secondary. But God laid it in the heart of my doctor and started writing. When the letter was given to my immediate superior, he said, how is she going to explain all these weeks of your absence from work? That I said, I can't manipulate anything. They just said they will write. And I allowed them write. Will I be telling them write this? She said, it's not possible for I said, my name is there. Go and give it to them. Because my name is there, you see what will happen. I can't help God to help me. She later called me and said, they didn't ask anything. No. They just said, that is God for you. If I have helped him, he will leave me. So God has always been faithful. Even my promotion that was withheld, God at his own time, he gave me my promotion. I was on wheelchair when I went back the next day too. My husband took me, I was on wheelchair in pains. When they said, you're set, they are upstairs for theirs. I said, but I'm here with somebody. I don't need to be where they are. Just give me the paper, I'm going to write. And I was on my wheelchair and I wrote and I passed. And I was promoted. And I'm the head. After so many years of not being current, of not knowing, even not teaching, but I'm into academics. I'm even doing my second master's now. How God does it, I don't know. I was on bed, and my son that I had the accident entered into university. He had 2-1 at UNN. So I was sitting at a place. God was helping me even to take care of my children. He was 13 when this happened. I pay his school fees on my bed. I pay for the hostel. He has never looked for hostel. On my bed, I pay for hostel. Everything smoothly for all the years he was at Nsukka. And the others are entering school. Nothing. I never went for anybody to beg. My masters, that on that day I called my supervisor. I couldn't use this hand even to press the computer, my laptop. I couldn't feed myself with this hand. But how God started and finished, I don't know. She called somebody, told the person, you will come to my house. You will be the person retyping this woman's work. She asked me, how much this child has been for typing for printing? I told her, she has told the person to take this amount. The person now got my number, called me, said my supervisor called her, and her spirit is telling her that she needs to pray for me and help me. So I don't know. You say, which church do you attend? I said, Madam. They said, she's a Catholic. She will go and book mass for me. I said, thank you. She now started calling me, paying everything they pay at UDEC for me. Typing and doing way bill with her money for me. Just helping me any way she can. And before you know it, I was told to come and defend my project. I've never seen how. So the day I was to go to Enugu, I couldn't access wheelchair. So I left to Enugu with faith that when I get to Enugu, I'll get a wheelchair there. When I got there, the professor I saw in the department came, sorry now. Madam, I said, well, I greeted her, I said, but I need wheelchair. That's one thing I need to do my defense today. She said, they will have wheelchair in their demonstration. She called the student. Go to the demonstration, get a wheelchair. Before you know it, they have gotten a wheelchair. Everybody was struggling. They will be the person that will push me. I said, take it easy. Maybe small distance, another person. Everybody was eager to help me. And I was put in a wheelchair. They took me to the department. That was the day I saw the person helping me. She now came to take the corrections, if there were any, to effect them. Are you Mrs. Oka? I said, it's me. So you are the angel God has sent my way. She collected all the head and decided to effect it without asking for thank you. That was how I did my defense. Then I called when they were doing convocation. They would say, Mrs. Okorafo, we tell them there's no need for you to pay for this. There's no need for you to pay. Do you want us to go to Nsukka for you? They are going to Nsukka. There's need to sign this. I don't know about it. So go for me now. So that was how I was among the people that did everything. And I called. What of the certificate? Is this very? Say that's our masters. She gave me a number. Immediately I called the office. I called the woman said your certificate is already. Then when I was on that one I showed you, they had to remove some of my bones that were already gone. Because I told you they were porous, they were decaying. They have to cut it off. In the course of removing some ions they put in my leg, some were forgotten there. And they were causing more infection. They have to remove it. And when they removed it, they pull the bone upwards. And then there was space. And God started growing another bone for me. It was water initially. From there, it was semi-solid. Initially, I could not stay in a room with the windows open because I would be jerking.
Jesus.
Pain. So the thing started solidifying. Over time, it got stronger. And I could now carry my weight on my leg. But before, even with 2 crutches, I could not touch the leg on the floor.
Jesus.
So the God gave me new bones, new flesh, everything new nerves. There's no day past I do not testify. The thing was happening to me, but it didn't enter into it didn't affect me psychologically. It didn't deal with it, didn't kill me. It didn't kill my spirit. God helped me so much that I was not anxious. What is happening in my home? What is happening in my face of war? What is happening? How will these people feel? I've never for a day. The only thing that bothers me is that promise. God, let it happen. Even the last surgery I had, the leg was still oozing some pores because the bones were already decaying now. So there was an opening, sinus, where it keeps dribbling. So they now said they have to make sure that there were dead bones, they were removed. You understand? They had to remove my fibula now. So I'm only using tibia now. I'm standing on just my tibia. That's fibula. I told them I consented. Let the bigger one hold me. God is faithful. They now locked my ankle. The ankle bone. I can't do like this. I can't. But I drive with my this leg. I can drive to some this. I drive myself to work. I do things ordinarily. I will not. My doctor said if he sees me behind the way, he will run. But I told him where you stop, that's where grace is taking me. Because my doctor will tell me, look at that thick note. I have recorded 300 and something surgeries, but this is your own. I don't know what is wrong with you. I cannot say. I say, one person knows. And he will do it in his own time. Few years ago, my last child, the one direct senior to her, was bringing him back to school. The bike hit them. And at that instance, the femur was fractured. And they ran him. He ran. Hey, mommy, Okada has hit the sister. Where is your sister? I don't know. Who have taken her to hospital? Seeing me. I just calmed myself. Before you know it, people were running into my house that they have taken her. Before my husband will even get the message and start looking for where they took the child. But when I asked them, they said that she's alive. I laughed. I started addressing the enemy. I said, is that the most you can do? They took her to an orthopedic. They now immobilized the limb. And then we took her for x-ray because she hit her head on the counter. And thank God, the thing didn't enter in. And over time, the leg was okay. People will call me on phone and say, hey, call your son to come and carry a carton of Indomie. Come and carry henna. They'll just be taking care of this children in my absence. Every day, I will cry from morning till night. Every day, I will be in tears. Look at how
At what point is this now?
iron has lasted 2 years now.
No, like
There was a time every day from morning till night. This is just dressing. This is just dressing. I feel like the knife was put in the fire, and then somebody is just using that knife poke at me. I cannot close my mouth. I keep crying, I keep shouting. I was always in pain. And you know the iron inside your body, fire, you and the man took me to theater for his own surgery. At a time, he in pains. He said, this woman will die. He had to pull the iron, the one that has greatest inflammation. I was seeing me, seeing, hi, thank you. Oh, that is oh my, the thing was, mata. The man said, if they like, let them sue him because he's trespassing. But he couldn't help it. And there were surgeries that they had to come by. There was a time this people booked me for this week, another group booked me for another week, and they said that they will now go and discuss within themselves and know the best day to now shift it so that 2 of them will now have the surgery on a day, and then the people that have lesser equipment will now carry the equipment to the ones that have bulk equipment so that at least they will help me. And that was how they did it. These people will stop. They say, I have stopped. The other group will now enter and start doing the surgery. Immediately the operation is finished, I must go for x-ray. X-rays. I have so many x-rays. I have catalog of x-ray. You keep hearing that when people have x-ray, look at x-rays. Keep browsing. Now when people have x-rays, it will do this. But do I look like what I've gone through? These are just digital ones. There are ones that we are manual. I keep taking x-rays. Jesus. Exposing myself to rays. But this God, I don't know how he did it. And I confidently go. Notwithstanding the harm. One consultant was telling me, all this type of antibiotics, because most of the common antibiotics, the infection cannot be taken care of by. There are all these new generic antibiotics that I take, but I don't look what I've gone through. There was a time I was on oxygen. I nearly died. That was the second time I was near death. This first time was in my house. After my children have eaten, I said, I don't know what is happening to me. They said, what is it? When they called their father, I told my husband, do you know how I feel? I feel I'm going to die. He said, shut up, you don't say that. I said, it's better I tell you. Before I know it, my whole body, I could not get myself, without my leg on cast. I was on scratch cast then. I now fell from the bed to the ground, lost consciousness. My husband rushed, went and saw some people that we didn't check on change gun. So they were about the security people. He gets some able-bodied men. Then they rushed upstairs to my room. That time I was feeling that I have already removed the clothes of me. I was naked. So when they came, they just used wrapper cover me. The men, carried me, came downstairs, and my husband was calling a doctor. He knows, saying that he's bringing me to her. I said, why are you bringing her this late? So my husband said, nothing was wrong with her. I would have come if she had complained. It's just what is happening. Biko. I'm not me feeling. I don't know what was happening. And then they took me to the hospital. My sister that rushed to come said that at that time my limbs were already cold. But God saved me. After the whole resuscitation, I came back. Imagine the drugs I've been taking at a time. It started affecting my kidney. I was having my limbs swollen, even on cast. It will swell up. The cast will hold your limb, and then the leg will swell up so much that the thing will just be affecting me. Cast is not easy to carry. If I start this, when will I finish? By faith, I said, I won't take these drugs again. I kept them away. And this God did it. My kidneys have never had any issue again. None. With all these abuse of God, they will give me anesthesia. How many times? On my back. Even I have it back in, because you have to. Then they get the exact DC. That's the vertebrae that they will inject on. Sometimes they miss it. Sometimes because my cough jock has changed over time with the problem. To get it is now a wahala. But I take all these things, and God, I don't know how he does it. When it happened, I said, God, with all the work I have not started doing, I need leg now. I need leg. Give me leg now. Give me back my leg so that I will start. I will do it. That's why anybody, immediately she called me and said, I will come. I don't, anything you call me now, it's just to fulfill my promise. And immediately someone will say, we need you to. I will say, I will come. I will make out time. I've never failed anyone. My pastor called me one day, I say I will do it. I will. Anything. What's God there? I do. Even on my bed in the house, I was doing. I said there was a day they brought me back from the. I will pray this. I want that. They're not possible. So I encourage everybody. He requires us to believe in him. I'm still having issues, but I don't look at them. I call them distractions. The weaknesses. I'm weak so many ways. I keep telling God, I'm weak, but you're strong. He helped me. By grace, I never entered anywhere and said, tell me what is wrong. I believe devil is the only enemy I have. And he has already been defeated. He's just bringing all these things my way to see if I can, you understand, get distracted and forget the focus, the target. Those things that look strange, how are we going to overcome? But when I put it before God, he does it. If there are blessings, one, definitely it must be for me. If there is miracle, definitely it's for me. There's no bed in the hospital. It's just grace that gives me bed. Once I say I'm coming, the doctor says I'm coming for admission, I'll just tell my friends. I have so many friends. My doctors keep asking me, I know you're a nurse, definitely nurses are, but everybody in the hospital keeps flogging around you. What is it? I say, it is me. I can't explain. Do your consultation. I can't. Even those that they sell things. They give to my caregiver and run away. They won't collect money. Even the person that brought me is not my son, but the same thing. He's my son too. Everybody, once I say, they are there. My daughter will be saying, they are disturbing me. Who are you? I say, do what they are requesting from you, and you will be free. I found so many people that have passed through me, my students, in my passive state when I could not even recognize faces. Maybe they will hear my voice and say, are you not Mrs. Okorafo? They will rush to the doctor. That is, be running helter-skelter to help me. That is it not God paying me? Being in the hospital, I become a unionist. I was fighting for patients. I saw the food that was shared there. I said, no, I'm a caregiver, a health caregiver, and I'm here on bed. So it's not a title to be a patient. It's just condition that affects anybody. You can be here. So definitely, because I'm here, you must make some change. I know why God took me here. Sometimes when you are in a particular situation, don't be quick to say, why me? God may have taken you there to be of help to other people. When my colleagues came, they were saying, they came. I said, no, I'm better than all of you. I have worn the shoe, and I now know where it pinches. I can never be like you. I'm not a nurse patient. I can offer the best to any patient. So God has found another way of even rebranding the whole thing, giving me opportunities I never knew I will have. I found abandonment somehow. It's not only that you are sick and you have this and that. There was a time I knew what it was, that it's easy for one to go for suicide. I could understand how people sometimes decide to end it all. There are some people I was with during my time that I never had here. They never called me on phone. They never felicitated. They never visited me. Some announced that I was dead. Some said I had spinal cord injury. Some told people that my leg was cut off, that they were even there. One woman came and nearly fell on the floor of my room. She was asking me, oh, no, look at your leg now. Somebody told me that she was there and your leg was cut off. But look at your leg. Is it what the person told you or what you are saying? The one you saw is the truth, not what you heard. She was busy announcing that I had issues. If they don't break you, if they don't kill you, they will even make you stronger. Some never had issues, some never had headache, but they are dead. But I went through the valley of shadow of death, and I didn't fear any evil, and God saved me. The last surgery that I did, the last massive surgery, it was called a Elizarov frame. The thing got locked. The linear frame, not even the Elizarov, the linear frame. The doctor was telling me, is it possible for me to get an orthopedic surgeon at India? I said, I don't know. You people should know yourself. There's a professor. He was a one-time CMD in the hospital. Then my husband went there to his private hospital, make sure that the time he will be coming, and then got my card, everything. Then he will now take me so that I won't spend much time because of pain. Immediately the doctor was around. He now came and drove me to the place. When I sat down, he looked at my x-ray. He said, he doesn't know what he will do for me. This one pass him. And he can't understand this one. I should go back to Enugu. Daddy, those people, they are trying. They are trying. When I was leaving, he called me and said, be prayerful. We care. It's God that heals. I'm telling you, it took years. It took so many surgeries, so many injuries, so many procedures. But at the end, when it pleased him, he did it. My legs started growing back. I had, look at this leg. You can see, just looking at it, you know the trauma. It's smoothened now because of that surgery. Because the Elizabeth frame was helping to supply blood to my leg.
But is there iron inside?
No.
Nothing.
No, my leg is just any foreign air. No iron. It's God. None. Even the ones they have forgotten, they have to remove it. So this place was not in my leg. It grew down. The thing was moving, coming out. And over time, I could then place it on the floor. And I could now walk with it.
Okay, it was shorter than this before.
Very short. I say more than 15 cm was lost. And it grew back. And it's on record in orthopedic hospital. They keep snapping me, saying it's a groundbreaking achievement. The hospital is now using it as, you understand, that research they did and they achieved so much. Some, when they lose part of their limbs shorten, they can gain some centimeters, but not as much as I have gained. You understand?
Yeah.
But my own was massive. And I thank God that my doctors acknowledge it's not them, that is God. Because they kept seeing what they never envisaged. They will be seeing how the leg was healing, improving beyond science, beyond medicine. How is this thing happening? And when I was telling them, it's my prayers that I pray, then one of the doctors said, yes, there's a research that has been done. There was a control, and then the research was done with some people, prayers were given. They were being prayed for while all the drugs, everything was done for them. Then the other group, they were just giving medical care without prayers. And they found out that those that were prayed for, their wounds were healing faster. So a research has actually been carried out to prove that. So I told them, you can see the group I belong to. So every opportunity I keep laughing about it, telling them. When I was in the ward, when the doctors would go and say, if you're doing anything on my leg, be very careful. I'm going for Mrs. Leg competition. You have to do it to look very psychedelic, very new. We have the light and we will be laughing. So I find joy, being used. I see being used sort of by God to showcase his wonders, to tell the world what he can do. I reached to the extreme. My bones were falling. During dressing, my bones were falling off. The thing was decaying. I was using surgical blade, debriding it, removing the decayed tissues. Until the bleeding will come up, it will start bleeding. Then I will be applying the povidone, everything, dressing it, expressing the pores and what have you. Even the machine was removing the pores for a long time. I thank God expects us to have faith, even when all hope is lost. He didn't just heal me because I deserve it. I keep telling him. I even know this thing you are telling me more than I know what my situation is like. But I will never accept it. Because if I accept it, I will die now.
Yeah.
I will die. So I will not accept it. It is only this God that can do the impossible. That's why I must believe his report. And he said, and they were living witnesses to this God doing it. It's an encouragement. It's even encouraging me. There are still situations I'm still seeing that looks as if they will never bend to prayers. But I keep holding on, believing God that as soon as before I know it, it will happen. I always have opportunity when I can, anybody, to tell all of us, no matter what is happening, no matter how you started, no matter the challenges and the hurdles, you can still go there. You can still get there. You can still achieve those things that look impossible. This leg was like this for years, stretched out. When I sit stretched out. The day God bent my knee, it was horrible anyway. The sound, the jerking, the shouting, my voice was reaching the heavens. And it wasn't something that happened in a day, but it was a milestone and I achieved it. Notwithstanding that the day I left home, I fell from the orthopedic bed. I don't know what happened till today. I was on the bed and I now found myself. I fell and hit. And how God did it, the POP people, after the surgery, the cast, the POP they used in the theater to mobilize the leg, got so soaked with blood. Then they have to remove it and call the POP to replace it. Then they came in the evening. One had to come as my friend and support the other one. And they said they would do it to make sure that they got what they want. So after doing it, they said it will set in the morning. They will not come and create the window. So they have finished the whole POP, leaving it till morning. It was the fall that happened before they came in the morning. So if they have not changed that thing, I will have hit the leg, will have broken again. There are so many times I will have broken the leg again. But how God keeps helping me, saving me from falls. There was a time I was in the kitchen supervising the cooking, and my daughter lifted a pot of rice in my leg. The thing entered the cast, see fire, burnt me with the cast. So we are prone to accident and what have you, but God is faithful. So the enemy will just be doing this and doing that, but we keep moving ahead. So after that last surgery that I had, till date, no place in this leg has ever, even serous fluid have not seen, nothing comes out from it. So you see what God can do.
Thank God though. Like, I'm really challenged. Like, I'm really challenged by this experience. And one thing that really inspires me the more, that really challenges me the more, is how you stayed consistent in faith. Like, not able to, some things is enough to just curse God, like ask God a lot of why. But how you are able to just stay consistent is really, really challenging. And I really thank God for your life, because some things like this, a lot of people just go from there. So, but I really thank God for your life, and thank you for not withholding this, because I believe it will be a strong inspiration to others as well. At least people that maybe little issue, they are trying to give up, they're asking God why. Hearing this now would really encourage anybody also going through any health issue or whatever. So thank you once again. I don't even know what to say again, but this session is just something else. I pray that God will continue to strengthen you and give you the grace to carry out His work. It's just like a starting point. So I believe this particular session really blessed you. I would encourage you to do well to share this video to as many as possible. Seriously, this is like a very powerful session. It's an emotional one, a lot of mixed feelings, but I really thank God for how God saw mommy through this kind of critical condition. So please share this video to as many as possible. I believe it will really be an encouragement, a source of strength to other persons out there. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, just so you will know when we are bringing mommy back to the podcast. Thank you so much if you stayed to this point. See you in our next episode. Bye.